Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Sir Cowdog, and this is the episode of Dark Souls, the Scholar of the First Sin, for the Gutter, or the Gutter, if I can manage to speak English right. Um, Now, the Gutter holds the position as probably one of the least favorite zones in the entire game. It's not quite as bad as the swamp levels in Dark Souls 3 and 1, but still pretty annoying. But the gimmick for this level is, as you can see, it's very dark. And the way you get around that is by lighting a torch at the bonfire and then using it to let you see where you're going. There are these little brazier torch things scattered all over the level. If you do manage to light all of them, which I will show you how to do, an NPC invader at the very end of the level will pop up and has a pretty good set of armor, both in terms of fashion souls and protective value. It is a dress, so it definitely looks better on female characters than male characters, but I will not judge. Even some dudes like to look pretty. Alright. Throughout the level, lots of these prisoner guys will constantly come out of everywhere. They are scattered all over the map, and as you progress through the level, they show up as they detect you, so just keep that in mind. In addition, as you can see, these little statue things here will occasionally shoot poison, just like so. I found it's very easy just to smash them wherever you see them. It's generally just a little bit safer. So, first stop is going to be over here to the right. And there is going to be a number of fairly interesting items over here. Starting... Whoops, don't want to get ambushed. Starting with these weird... I guess they're pools of oil. If you have your torch out and you run through them, or swing at them like this, they light on fire. Like so. Not only do they provide light when they're on fire, but they will harm anything that's in them, including enemies like this guy. And then over here, we have a cage full of various prisoners, and if you look closely, you can see some of the exploding guys as well. So you do need to be a little bit careful when you open this up in just a moment. In fact, it may be easier to get out your bow, manually target. Where is he? There he is. And I believe that there's one more in the corner. Yep, there he is. That way, when these guys inevitably break through, you don't have to deal with exploding enemies. Alright, pick up the loot. Each one of these prisoners, by the way, does have a chance to drop a piece of the prisoner's set. And the helmet and the chest piece of the prisoner's set will add to your item find chance. So if you want a set to help you farm things, that is the one to use. And this is the place to farm for it. Okay, right across here. All you need to do, you can jump if you want, but all you need to do to get across that gap is to sprint. So, Ring of Soul Protection, if I remember right, it protects you from losing stuff when you die. Yep, nullifies death and petrification but breaks. Now, when it breaks, it's not destroyed completely. You just have to pay the blacksmith to repair it. So it's kind of a nice little ring to have. It can get kind of expensive. Okay, we have Melinda the Butcher here. I like to run her through the fire. Have her take a little bit of extra damage. Makes the fight just a little bit easier, but she cannot be poisoned as far as I know, so don't even bother trying to get her to run through the statues. Or you can just fight her straight up like normal. That works too. Sometimes, potentially, you can knock her off the edges of the cliffs. I don't recommend it. It's a little bit dangerous. Did I just get poisoned? Yes, I did. That is why you break all of these statues whenever you get the chance. Okay, not quite done here. Heading back, there is one more thing I need to get. You may not be able to see it because I don't have a torch, but in that little part of the room right there, you can see there's a chest. That, however, is not actually a chest. It is our first encounter with a mimic in Dark Souls 2. So, I'm going to light a torch to make things a little bit easier to see. Top off my hit points too while I'm here. Okay. As you can see, there's kind of a little doorway directly in front of me. What you want to do is just get a running start, and it'll land right here. Now, it's important to note that mimics in Dark Souls 2 have a massive area around them when they reveal themselves, that you will get grabbed, and it doesn't matter if you're in front of them, behind them, on the side, whatever, they will get you. So the best thing to do is hit them a couple of times and then just immediately back up to safety, and then you can just melee like normal. Not too bad as long as you don't get caught on the initial reveal. Okay. Once again, drop down and back up the ladder. Make sure I didn't miss any torches like this one. Alright. So, the next step is to head over here, light this torch, run over here, get this one. And this little pathway leads me right back to the bonfire. And I'm still wearing the cat ring for some reason. There we go. Okay. Now, if I rest at the bonfire, all of the prisoners will reset, so I'm going to go ahead and avoid that for now, since my weapons are still in pretty good condition. And what I want to do is avoid this particular square section, because if you step on it, it does this. Drops you right down. Doesn't really hurt anything. You don't take any fall damage as far as I can tell. It just is sometimes inconvenient, but for this spot, you want to do a running jump over there. Take this guy out, light this whole circle of torches. Kind of annoying to have to do each one individually. I almost wish that the animation was just a little bit faster, but fortunately, if you do this right, you only have to run through here once. Get this one. This room, unfortunately, I don't have the key to open that big stone door yet. I actually get that in the next level, the Black Gulch. I'll be returning almost immediately once I get the key for it. Get these two. And drop down into this room. Walk over here. Roll through these. The Dark Pyromancy hand, I believe, works exactly the same way as a regular Pyromancy hand, but I believe it also scales with your hollowing level. I've never actually used it, so don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Alright. You do want to, as much as possible, avoid breaking these pots that have this weird heart valve kind of design to them. When they break, they have a acid explosion that will damage your equipment. So you want to not do that. Alright, up the ladder. Grab up all of this loot, which I believe includes another fragrant branch of yore. Careful not to fall off. Here we go. Smash these. Alright, and then just walk right off here to get these three. Take those guys out so I don't get poisoned. Head across the bridge. And this is one of the few areas that I'm going to need to repeat. And that will make sense in just a second here. So I want to drop down here. This is usually the spot that most people would miss when they're trying to light all the torches. It's not really a secret area, but it is kind of off the beaten path. Very, very easy to miss if you don't know that it's here. Especially important, though, that Titanite chunk I can use to upgrade my axe again. Take these guys out. Tattered cloth set. Looks like I've got some people following me, including a big dog. So, just on the other side here, as you can see, there's a resting hide knight. He's very, very annoying to fight over there on that narrow strip of land. So what I'm going to do instead is get out my short bow. I'm going to use some of these poison arrows. 1, 2, 3, and should only take 4, yeah. Now the poison should do almost enough to damage to kill him, so I'm just going to tag him with 1 regular arrow. Oops, that looks like he got away. And that's okay. Not overly concerned about a hide knight that only has 1 hit point. Let's go and get my torch lit again. And then you want to sprint off of this to land safely. Try not to get hit by the poison bolt like I just did. Oh, there he is. Trying to sneak up on me. But when you kill him, you get the Hide Lance and the Iron Mask. Hide Lance, of course, has lightning. The Iron Mask is a pretty damn good helmet, all things considered. But most importantly is this chest here with the Oros set. And this is actually a pretty good armor set. Looks pretty cool too. I'm gonna go ahead and swap to the chest piece since it beats the living crap out of the leather stuff I was wearing. Alright. Up this ginormous ladder. More torches. An Estus flask shard. More souls. So there are a couple of things to do here. Follow these guys as they drop down. In order to get this one little piece of loot here, assuming I can, there we go. It's not gonna let me drop down it, dang it. Well, looks like I get to repeat that. That piece of loot, if you do that right, is a flame butterfly. I'm not going to waste any time going back for it, so you can mess around and get it if you really, really want a flame butterfly. But by this point, if you've been following my videos, you should have quite a few of those already. So, back up the ladder. Oh, there's a guy here. Wonderful. We get to waste more time. Okay, with that out of the way, more climbing. Not quite as annoying as having to walk slowly through swamp water, but still not exactly ideal. But okay, instead of dropping down this time, I'm going to go all the way up. And at the top here is a zip line, which you use your interact button to grab and then push forward, and it will make you slide all the way down here. Once again, it's another little area where it's very, very easy to miss. It's one torch, but you got to be careful right here. Don't fall in a corner. That's a bottomless pit. You want to press into this wall, and it should land you right here. And hopefully you recognize this room. There's the bridge. And this time, instead of dropping down, I'm going to go across here. Break all these. Smash this to light the torch. Dodge the poison and then climb up the ladder. That's the flame butterfly I missed earlier. And looks like a drop from one of the prisoners as well. Okay, back across this second bridge. And once again, there are panels here that will break beneath your feet, and one of them is where he's standing right now, and the other one is right here. Just be very careful. You don't want to fall in just yet, because there are torches to light. And if I remember right, yep, there's one of those exploding guys. So I'm going to go retreat back across the bridge and let him come to me in a spot that's actually safe to fight. Last thing I want to do is get blasted off the bridge by an explosion. There we go. Light these. There's a couple more of those bugs in here. They're pretty harmless, but if you let them, they will sometimes do that and spew that orange gas. That is acid that will damage your gear. It really kind of sucks because it follows the bug around and then they fly at you like that. Oh, I almost rolled off the edge. It's probably safer for me to just go ahead and take them out like this. I can always relight my torch if I need to. Alright, Wicked Eye Great Shield. very good elemental defenses and status effect defenses. As you can see down there is another one of those exploding guys. I don't know if you can see him with the light the way it is, but you can barely see him moving just enough. There you go, took him out. Alright. It may require that you turn your contrast or your brightness up to see that guy, but it's much, much safer to kill him like that than trying to fight him in melee. Alright, I'm going to drop down here. Should be another one of these dogs. Probably knock him off. Yep, there he goes. Alright. Butterfly. Barely tap him with the downward attack. There should be one more torch right here. Now, the only way out of here is either to homeward bone or to make this really annoying jump. And as you can see, there's a big line of those poison spitting statues on the other side. So, what you want to do, come in here, grab this black firebomb, because black firebombs will destroy breakable objects when you throw it. So, I'm going to aim up a little bit. Oh, a little bit higher. Perfect. Alright, so as I said, this jump is a little bit tricky. You want to aim straight across, and you're going to sprint and then immediately jump, because if you don't, you'll just fall in. There you go. Alright, more poison spitting guys. And the bonfire. Now, this one I'm actually going to rest at, because I've now lit all the torches in the rest of the level. The only thing that remains are the torches right before the end of the area. So, I'm going to head back here, break this. Now, throughout this room, there are several ladders next to open pits. You need to be very, very careful not to accidentally fall down while you're trying to get the loot out of here. There we go. I think that's everything. Nope, that's right. I've got a couple more torches to light out here. Now that I've rested at the bonfire, I realize that that exploding guy will have respawned, but fortunately, since I can see where he is, take him out and relight my torch. Okay. More poison arrows. Need those in the Black Gulch. A couple more torches to light. And in here, there are 3 of these, I'm going to call them crabs, fungus monsters, and a giant bug. Now, this giant bug is actually friendly, or at least it doesn't attack you. And if you need, the mist that it's spewing out actually cures poison. So, you can murder this giant bug if you really want to. I don't really see the value in it, but some people don't like bugs, so I'll leave it up to you to decide. Alright, back in here. I'm trying to remember which one of these I want. I'm going to go and start with this one. And this is not the right one. I want that one over there. And there's, of course, there's a guy. torches don't work while you're climbing the ladder for some reason. I suppose that would be kind of tricky. Okay. Alright, this is perfect. So, I want to drop down right here. Break these two. That guy exploded, taking himself out of the equation. I'll walk over here. Break this one too, if I can get the torch to work. There we go. And then I'm going to drop right here and get this chest. The Great Club. Now, there's one more platform with an exploding guy. I'm just trying to remember where he is. I think either way I need to drop down here to ground floor. Deal with these guys. There are enough of them that you can get surrounded, so just be careful. Those guys with the swords do actually hit pretty hard, as you can see. Oh, missed. This torch right here I'm going to leave for the very, very last, since it's right next to where the NPC invader spawns. Okay, that looks like everybody. So, if I remember right, the top of this ladder is one of those exploding guys. Let me double check. Nope, looks safe. Like this one. Maybe it's at the top of this ladder. Nope. Also, very safe. Okay. Let's see. Which one am I missing still? Right there. Perfect. Okay. And that one I still need to get. I'm trying to remember exactly how to get there. Let's see. Okay, I should be able to drop down from this one. Perfect. Okay. So that should leave only that last final torch, if I've done everything correctly. We will find out in just a second here. And I landed right in the acid. Good job. Should be an invader. Yep. Dark Spirit, Gutter Denizen. The Gutter Denizen actually shoots lots of spells, and they do hurt quite a bit, so be very, very careful when you fight her. She can be pretty tough. Oh, I thought for sure I was going to get the backstab. Ooh, there we go. Game over. Nice. Okay. Black Witch set. Which I'll go and stand next to a torch so you can see it. It's a fancy dress. But when you look at the armor value, it doesn't seem like it's that good, but when you actually take into consideration how high the elemental defenses are and the status effect defenses, really, really good. Once I dump some titanite into it, some twinkling titanite that is, it will be an extremely good set to have. So I'm going to go and keep that, get this loot, dark fog. Life gem. And I think that is everything. Go and shoot my way through these barrels to the next spot. Up here for a second fragment branch of yore. Lighting this torch does nothing, it's just force of habit. And we are on to the Black Gulch. Right in here is the bonfire. And that is going to do it for the video, guys. Hopefully, if you didn't know how to get all of those torches before, that video was helpful. I know it is kind of a pain in the butt to do them all, but that is how you clear the gutter. So, as usual, I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace.